Welcome back to the Ghetto podcast. I'm your host, Caesar. And on today's episode, we have Gerry the Gent back on the podcast, bro. I'm glad to have you back.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks. It's an honor. Can't believe it's 2 weeks in a row. Smashing it.
Hey, yeah, everybody liked you on the last episode. It's crazy.
I appreciate that. I hope everybody kind of got some knowledge, and we're going to give some more knowledge today.
Anything you want to say to the viewers or anything like that?
Keep like, subscribe, and comment to my cousin's podcast, or get your teeth knocked the fuck out.
Man, yeah, that's
just a little biker humor. I don't want to scare nobody away.
Nah. Hey, but we got a lot of shit to talk about today, bro. I can't wait for this conversation because the last conversation that we had was dope as fuck, bro. Talking about all
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I really got to know all about like the biker lifestyle and all that, and it's very interesting thinking about it now.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that much.
I'm going to give you a little bit more of it today. I'm going to pretty much tell you like why I take the diamond so seriously, why a lot of people do. Websites you have to watch out for that sell patches that if a new biker wants to learn the culture, really got to stay away from, because these websites are getting people into a lot of trouble. I mean, bad.
Oh, it's like almost like scamming people.
Basically, like, you can buy the 1% patch online, which you never want to do that, because you want to, everything in the biker culture you have is earned on you. So like these websites, like, wish.com and these.
Oh yeah, them like knockoff websites.
Yeah. So basically they sell these patches, but they also sell motorcycle club patches too. Like these patches are trademarked by the club. And you probably heard that, Young Jeezy, he got sued by the Hells Angels because he tried to come out with a clothing line that had their logo on it.
Oh, I heard about that actually.
They sued him. They sued Toys R Us for using their Death Head logo. So these patches are not, they're trademarked by the club. They're trademarked for a reason. And some people are stupid enough to go out and buy these patches. And what it does is, it makes people think, well, I just saw a guy at a club. I saw a guy at a bar with club patches on, and I saw it online for $100. I'm going to go buy it. And then they buy it and they get their ass kicked because you're buying patches online. They're getting you into trouble. Like wish.com is getting people seriously hurt. Stay away from wish.com. If you want to earn patches, you got to earn it the right way. Come into the club and get to know it, get to know the lifestyle. But doing stuff like that, they even had like my friend who's a Hells Angel in New Rock City, my boy Richie, shout out to him. He had a pendant made with the Death Head on it, and I think his birthstone in the middle. Oh, and cool. It's real. It's like a chain with, it's got the club logo on it, and really spent a lot of money on it. And I saw on wish.com they were selling a Death Head chain. I'm like, are you serious? Like, if you're stupid enough to buy that, you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get seriously hurt. So please, guys, if you wanna learn the 1% culture, just please stay away from websites. Don't buy anything, because it gets people ran up on. It gets you checked, and you can buy a 1% patch by all means. Go right ahead, but just so you understand, you're giving people the knowledge. You're giving people the hint. You're about that life. And obviously, if I see someone at a bar with just a 1% patch and no club patches, I'm gonna be like, okay, what's this about? Who are you?
Where you're rocking a fake or something.
What did you do to earn that? What did you do to deserve it? And some people actually do it, and then they run into the wrong people. They run into the real 1%, and 9 times out of 10, the 1%, they take it off them with respect. They take out their knife, they'll cut it off, and they'll tell them, don't ever do this again. We catch you doing this again, it's going to be a problem. Some of these people just don't know. They're not educated. You have to get educated on the culture. That's why I say, if you want to learn the 1% life, please, you just go and learn it the right way from the original ones. Don't listen to what you see at Sons of Anarchy with the TV show, man. I watched the show myself. It was entertaining, but it's not true.
That's not true.
Same with the Mayans. I think it's a great show, but it's not based on a real club. It's all bullshit. Like, let's be real. No real motorcycle club wants to deal with a drug cartel. Come on. Let's be honest. Especially the ones especially a Colombian one or a Mexican one that'll kill your whole family. Come on now.
Fuck that. Try to avoid that shit, man.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're really trying to learn about the 1% club and all that, you can just tune into this podcast and just listen to what you got to say and how you
exactly. I've been out, like I said, I haven't been in a 1% club in a few years. I would love to get back into it, because I feel like I want to bring that originality back into the culture and earn the way in. But when I first came in, my first club, I was 22, 23. And when you first come in, you know, you're given a sponsor, which is also known as your outlaw pop. And you're his outlaw son. So he's responsible for you. He teaches you the ropes. He shows you what to do, what not to do.
Of course.
If you make a mistake, if you fuck up, it's on him. The club will, you know, put him in his place, and he has to put you in your place. He's got to let you know, like, yo, you're doing this, you're not doing the right thing, and you better shape up or ship out. Or put a foot in your ass real quick. And if you do something really bad and it gets you kicked out the club, you're put out bad, which is you can't have any association with the club. And when you're kicked out of a club and you're put out bad, they let every club in the tri-state area know within 24 hours you're out bad. Like they'll take your picture, put it on social media. This man is out bad for A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Do not congregate with him, because if you do, you're gonna get shunned yourself, because you're basically allowing what he did. You're excusing it. It could be anything.
Shit, that's
that's
crazy.
Yeah, man. When you're put out bad, it's no joke. You know, when you're put out bad, clubs, you know, that are in the coalition, which is like a support club for like the big club, they're not supposed to allow you in their establishment. If they do, that's on them and they have to pay the consequences. But when you're put out bad, people know within the end of the day, your pictures on social media, you're not allowed in any of the clubhouses. You're shunned.
It's basically like you wanted by everybody, like nobody fucks with you anymore. That's basically how it is.
Like, yeah, it's pretty much like, you know, when you go into like a liquor store and they have like the do not, like the people who tried to steal something.
All those, yeah, I've seen that.
It's like the same thing.
Yeah, it's like thief.
It's like the same thing.
If you ever see them call this number or something like that, oh my god.
Exactly.
I've always seen this.
Yeah.
So tell me about the diamond patch.
So, you know, the 1% patch is a patch that's very sacred to a lot of people, including guys like myself, you know. And I earned the right to be called the 1%er, and there's lots of people that gave their life for that patch. There's guys who are doing time in federal prison now for that patch because they stood up for what they believed in, and they weren't going to back down from anyone, especially law enforcement who lie a lot. They make a lot of lies about motorcycle clubs, especially the 1%. They try to make them out to be bad people, you know, gun dealers and, you know, stuff like that. And it's all bullshit. It's not true.
It's like once you get to know like the club and everything, they're actually not bad people. They're not like gangsters. They're not like that.
Yeah, like that. That's why, you know, it's not a gang, it's a club. And you know, the first club I was in, like, I'm not in it anymore, but I can always go back to that club, and they're a great group of guys. Like, in my heart, I'm always still a member, and they know it. I just ran into like the sergeant of arms like a month ago, and he gave me his number. He's like, yo, you're more than welcome to come back to the club and come to the clubhouse whenever you want. I said, let me know, man. I'd love to come by and see the brothers again and show some love and have a beer. So if I wasn't a legit guy, if I wasn't like who I was, they never would invite me back. So I earned a lot of respect from the biker world. And, you know, nowadays there's a lot of things called club hoppers. A club hopper is somebody that goes from club to club to club within a matter of months or years. And it's a very bad look. You know, I know someone in general that's been doing that for the past few years, and it's not a good look. When you jump from club to club, you're not making it in one club for a reason. So if it's not working out for you and you get a titty attack and you want to go get even with them and go to another club, and it's not going to work out. Like, club hoppers, they just bounce around from club to club, and they get mad when things don't go their way. They're the first ones to take off their vest and cut their patches off. And
those
leave.
Type of people.
But then, like, within a few months, they're in another club and they're rocking that club, you know, and it's a disgrace to the culture. And that's why the 1% patch has been tossed around, and it's a disgrace. I hate to see what's going on in the culture. And that's the reason why I want to come back, and I want to get back in the 1%, you know, club, because, you know, I know what it takes to be a 1%er. I'm still a 1%er. Like, you can't take that away from me.
Yeah, obviously.
You know, I had it tattooed on me. I had it right here. And I'll explain to you why I got it covered up. I'll explain to you that in a minute.
All right.
But you know, guys like me who got, and I had to get permission to get that tattoo, by the way. I didn't just go out and get it. My outlaw pop said you earned the right to get that. I'll get into that too.
Oh, damn.
You know,
it's better to earn it than just doing it.
You know, like you gotta understand that 1% is a serious symbol.
Yeah,
and
of course.
If you're acting like you're a 1%er, you're not. It's gonna be a bad day for you. And there's a lot of people like that nowadays, and you got a lot of people that, you know, people want to join clubs because they want street cred, or they want to get laid. My man, motorcycle clubs, you're not gonna get laid. Sorry.
Yeah.
In real life, it's not about that. Don't let
it's not a strip club.
Bullshit fool you. No, these guys are married men. They got family. They got kids. They're professionals. A lot of 1%ers have college degrees, bachelors of science. You know, these guys are well educated. Exactly. Yeah. They're professionals. Like, it's amazing. Like, that's why I tell you, you know, you don't see gangbangers who are professionals. I mean, some turn their lives around, but
it's really rare.
It's kind of rare. It is. Yeah.
Kind of rare to see that.
Yeah. You know, so that's why I'm so passionate about the Diamond, because, you know, I was around the real 1%. I rolled with them. I learned a lot of good lessons, man, and I cherish every moment I had with them. You know, and you never know. I could go back to that club. That door is always open to me. Yeah. And I might just do that, you know, just to, there's a lot of new faces. So I want to learn everybody new that came into the club and get back out there and take my time. But there's other 1% clubs I want to introduce myself to in the area that I like to get to know. I got a couple of names in general. So that's where my boy Cisco comes in, because me and him, we ride together. So he's very well respected. He's been in the lifestyle over 30 years, man.
30 years?
And 30 years in the lifestyle. And
it's crazy.
Everywhere he goes, there's not one person has a bad thing to say about him. And, you know, we ride together, and, you know, I know when I'm with him, I'm good. When he's with me, he's good. Yeah. And so we're going to start getting back out there. And, you know, he's been in there, like, he's been in the scene, but I haven't been around the club in a few years because, you know, I got married, I had a baby, and I just wanted to kind of, you know, focus on that. That's number one. Obviously. You know, but now that my daughter's getting older and she's going to school in September, I can start, you know, getting back out in the 1% culture and getting to know the right people and earning my stripes again.
Of course, man.
You know, that's what it's about. And, you know, maybe there comes a day, you know, where you want to come around, and I'll bring you around and show you the guys that I'm affiliated with. And of course, you'll meet Cisco first, and
I'd love to, man.
There.
Anytime.
You know, it's a great thing. It's a great thing.
I'd love to, man. Check it out and all that, because it's like pretty interesting, like the lifestyle and everything, and I love that. It's like, well,
it is, you know, it's a great life, and unfortunately, you know, TV shows fuck it up to make it think it's this, it's bad, it's bloody. I'm not saying things don't happen. Shit does happen, unfortunately. Obviously. There are clubs who don't get along, but we really have to put a stop to that, because it's getting to the point where biker harassment nowadays is becoming so big. Everywhere you go, cops. Yeah, like if you go check out Sturgis, South Dakota, Hell's Angels get stopped by the cops. They were stopped for 25 minutes. You know, they were being searched, they were being checked. Like, they weren't doing anything. They were coming to a motorcycle event, which they go to religiously every year. So why are you stopping them now? Why aren't you stopping the other clubs? Why are you stopping them? You know, why are you searching them? Why you got the K9 unit out? Why you searching them, patting them down?
A fucking K9? What the?
Yeah, man, it's ridiculous, man.
That's fucking crazy.
You know, law enforcement is just becoming ridiculous. You know, I understand they have a hard job, but, you know, when you harass the wrong people, you know, it's not fair. It's not fair to us.
It's really not fair at all.
You know, we're just going to a motorcycle event. You want to harass us. Like, we're not going to start trouble. We're going to be there for the event. A lot of clubs have support gear, and they sell their merchandise at these events. They set up a support booth. And that's how the clubs make their money. I mean, if these clubs were really as bad as people say, would they have millions of people who support them? Come on now.
No, it's not like it's not like you guys are like selling drugs and all that. It's really not like that at all. And then
it's not even like that.
And the cops confuse that for that, which is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, the government too, the FBI and the ATF. Fuck both of them. You know,
fuck them.
I say that religiously.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a fan of FBI, ATF. I don't care if they watch this podcast. I'll be like, fuck you.
Yeah,
how
fuck that? Hey, what are the badges that you can't wear, though?
So you want to stay away. If you're not in the lifestyle, you want to stay away from the 1% patch. You want to stay away from, like, the number 13, basically, which stands for, like, M, mother. It's like, you know, mother chapter of the mother club. Yeah. Oh, you want to also stay away from, like, you know, like Third Reich patches, like the SS Bolt and stuff like that. Because if you become like a high-ranking member, you can rock a pair of SS Bolts that the club will have for you. So that's just, it's not anti-Semitic. It's just a sign of power. You know, like if you're the sergeant of arms and you want to rock lightning bolts because, you know, that's, you know, you've earned it. You know, they'll give you a pair of those. Some have the pin. They got the lightning bolt pins. They have that. Yeah. So those are like the main things to stay away from. Obviously, don't buy clubs patches online. because they're
Obviously.
fake patches. You know, they're produced in like China or Bangladesh, and they're being sold online. And some people are stupid enough to go out and buy them because they think, oh, you know, if why should I prospect when I can just buy them online? And you can tell they're fake by the font size, by everything.
Yeah, how they look and all that.
You know, a lot of these people get into serious trouble because you don't think you're going to run into the club, but you do.
Yeah.
And when they see you rocking their patches, they're either, you know, they're going to take it off you know, and it'll be a bad day for you. So, you know, my advice to anyone who wants to get in and learn the culture, do it the right way. You know, earn everything, take your time. It's a great culture. It's a beautiful way of life. Just earn your way. Don't ask your sponsor, well, how long do I have to prospect? Because if you ask that question, they're going to make your prospecting so much longer. Don't ask that. Don't ever ask how long, because the great reward is you're going to get fully patched in. It could be a year, depending on the club. It could be 16 months. It could be shorter. It depends. Every club is different. Every club has a bylaw. Those are constitutions written up by the club that everybody has to learn and study. So, you know, if you got to make sure you know the bylaws and follow them. You know,
of course.
Obviously, to be in a club, you got to be 21 years of age.
About 21.
You have to have an American motorcycle to be 1%. It's got to be a Harley, a Victory, or an Indian. One of those three.
Only those three?
So, yeah, that's how you start. And then, you know, you hang around and you get to know the guys, let the guys get to know you and let them feel you out, you know, and
see how they feel about you.
Yeah, if you want to prospect, you know, obviously they'll ask you, and then, you know, they'll take a vote. And once you get voted, you get your bottom rocker, and then the fun begins.
Of course, man. Love the fun. Hey, but what was the reason behind getting the 1% badge that covered up as a tattoo on your arm?
So when I left the club, I didn't want to deal with the politics in the street. There's a lot of politics in the biker culture.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, there's a lot of politics. Politics ruins motorcycle clubs. That's another reason why the culture is so fucked up now, because of politics. And if you're not like an active 1%er, you know, and you still have the tattoo, you know, somebody might try to come up on you and try to test you, and your credentials will be good, but you know, if they might ask the club if you're a member, and they say no, and then they might think you're lying. So I had it right here. I have the 1%. You can see it was a shape of diamond.
Yeah, I could see that diamond.
You know, and basically I earned the right to get that tattoo, and it bothers me. I got it covered up, but you know, I didn't want to deal with the politics, you know, and I didn't want to deal with, like, you know, running into the wrong people. So I got it covered up. But, you know, like I said, I would love to get back into the 1% club life, and I'm not going to rush into it. And, you know, I may not get back into it, and I'm fine with that, but I would love to. So if I do, you know, I'm going to earn it like I earned it before, earn it all again. So that's one reason why I got it, you know, covered up, just because I didn't want to deal with the politics. And there's a lot of 1%ers who leave clubs, and they still got the tattoo on them. You know, actually,
really?
one of my, like my boy was like, why'd you get that covered up? You should have kept it on. And I was like, yeah, but, you know, I just didn't want to deal with the politics, you know. I just decided, you know, let me just, I don't want to have any problems. So I got it covered up, and obviously it bothers me, but, you know, I'm not going to go get it done again, because obviously I'm not in a 1% club at the moment, but the fact that I can still get it done shows, you know, that I earn my way, obviously, you know.
You gonna join like a 1% club like in the next year, 2 years, or like a couple months? Or...
You know, I don't know about the timeline, you know, like just whenever, you know, it's all about, you know, when I get back out in the scene and meet the right people. There's a few 1% clubs in general I want to meet and shake hands with and get to know. And then, you know, if I'm vibing with them and I feel their energy, and we'll make it work, you know. I'll start to hang around and go from there. That's the best part.
Yeah, so at
the end of the day, like, they're your extended family, and you got to make sure the club you're going to be in is comfortable to be around your wife and child, and you want your wife and child comfortable around them. And obviously, I want my wife to back me up 100% on it. You know,
obviously,
if she's iffy about it, I'm not going to do it. But you know, that's just how it goes. You know, because outlaws are family men. You know, they want to make sure that their old ladies are supporting them as well.
Of course.
Yeah, man.
Is there anything else about the biker lifestyle? Anything like that?
Like, what do you want to know?
Anything. I want to hear everything.
Just what I covered, you know. Stay away from wish.com. Don't buy these patches.
Fuck Wish.
Fuck Wish. Don't support them. Don't buy these patches, man. Seriously. You know, earn your way in. You know, earn the lifestyle the right way. You know, it's a reward in all itself. You won't be sorry. You know, no matter how long it takes, you know. To be called, to earn that diamond is a huge honor. And
obviously,
a lot of people take it seriously. It's no joke. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
It's not a prop. It's not a Christmas ornament you put on the tree once a year. You
Yeah,
know,
it's
like I'm a
definitely
biker.
not
I'm a
like
biker, dude. I'm a biker 24/7, 365. You know, that don't change about me. You know, and you know, my credentials speak for itself. You got the picture I sent you, so you know I'm a,
Oh
you know I'm
yeah,
100%.
I've seen that. Yeah,
You
yeah, I've
know,
seen all the pictures.
you know I'm 100% outlaw.
Yeah, of
So,
course.
you know, there's people who claim to be one and they're not, and there's a lot of those nowadays. And those are the ones that, you know, it's going to catch up to them. It's going to catch up to them, and eventually they're going to be sorry. So stay away from buying patches. Earn your way in.
So when people try to fake shit and think they're like the top shit or something like that, it's like,
exactly.
Stop trying to act like you're the shit.
Because the 1%, that's the top tier of the motorcycle club. We hold ourselves to a higher standard.
Oh, it is?
We expect, yeah.
Oh shit.
You know, we hold ourselves to a higher standard because we expect so much more from, you know, everyone else. You know,
yeah.
When I mean everyone else, I mean 1%ers. We expect, you know, to go above and beyond for, you know, their club, and they expect the prospects to do the same thing, go above and beyond. Hold yourself to a higher standard. You know.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Moral of the story: just don't buy shit off of Wish or those foo-foo ass websites.
You know, and don't pretend to be something that you're not, man. If you're not a real 1%er, it'll be a bad day for you. You know.
Yeah, actually, earn your way.
Like I said, my credentials speak for itself. Everybody knows me. You know, my name comes up. Oh yeah, Gerry. Yeah, he's a great guy, solid brother, man, great dude. Same with my brother Cisco. We got nothing but respect. So
how long have you guys been friends for?
Over a decade, man.
Over a decade. Oh, damn.
Over a decade.
Because of the club?
Yeah, well, he was when I first met him. So back in 2012, my tattoo artist brought me into the club.
Yeah.
Because I knew him since I was 4 years old. So he used to work in the supermarket with a family member of mine. And
that's how I know.
He was a real cool guy. So the fact that he became my tattoo artist was a small world.
Oh yeah.
You know. So you know, we got to know each other, and I told him I wanted to get into bikes, and he was like, well, you know, I belong to a club, and if you're serious about it, you know, I can bring you around and introduce you. And he did. So the first day I met my brother Cisco was in an apartment on 179th and Wheat Avenue. I met him, I met the head enforcer, and I met the president. We had a meeting, like a private meeting, like in an apartment, in his apartment. You know, we were there for like maybe over an hour, and you know, they broke it down to me, you know, how it is, and bada bing, bada boom. And then like a few days later, I got a text message from Cisco, and I was in.
So everything started.
Yeah, and you know, I went to my first meeting. I got to meet all the guys in the Bronx, and it's just, you know, something about when you come to a meeting and all the guys pull up, you know, everybody looks out the motherfucking window like, oh shit, who's this? You know, everyone looks out the window because you know, nobody cares about the guy. Nobody cares about the guy in the Lamborghini. They care about the brothers on the Harleys.
Yeah, fuck the guy in the Lamborghini.
So, yeah, fuck that guy, man. He gets no respect at all.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
So it's cool. So they all pulled up, and I got to meet them, and you know, they're like, you know, you have any questions, speak now, you know, ask any questions. And they broke it down, like, you know, how it is. And, you know, and then a few weeks later, you know, after like maybe the fourth or fifth time I was around them, I got my my rocker. And I was started prospecting.
So, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, our first trip was upstate, because that was our anniversary run.
Upstate New York.
Yeah, it was all the way. It was like 3 hours up there. It was fun.
You went?
You know, upstate. I'm not sure where, but it was all the way upstate. And I remember they had like an anniversary party, which is like, you know, when the club basically was established. Every year they have their mandatory events. So this is one of them, and you had to go to it. You know, you couldn't miss it. So we went up there, and it was like friggin'. They had so much land. Like, and they had like, all they had was beer and water. Couldn't even have soda.
That's upstate New York for you, man. It's all grass and fields.
Beer and water. But I met so many members from the club, and I met like so many members, man. Like shit, I lost count. It was like over 1,000 members at that event.
Damn, that's a lot.
And, I shook a lot of hands and met a lot of people, and you know, they told me how it is, and you know, they were like, you know, the more we see you, the better. You know, so it was a good thing.
It's like family, basically.
It is. It's a big family.
Yeah, of course.
You know, when someone in your family dies, they come to the wake service every chapter. It's amazing. You know, my outlaw pop, his mom passed away, and this was back when I was prospecting, and they had the funeral service, the wake service at the funeral home, and man, every chapter showed up. It was a scene out of a movie. Every chapter fucking showed up. They parked on the sidewalk. They parked on the street. Everyone came to show love. That's what it is, you know. Doesn't matter what chapter you're in. You're wearing the same patches. You're a brother, and they all came out. They came from fucking Brooklyn to Queens. You know, they came
everywhere,
all over.
Yeah,
all over. They came, man. They came to show their respect, and that's one reason why I was so big on that club, is because they were about family, you know.
Yeah, of course.
That just shows you right there. If that doesn't show you what that club is about, then I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah, you just, I don't know what to say, man. That's just like crazy with all that support and like the family and everything. That's like, you know, they're not fake or anything. You know, they're real.
The crazy part about that day is that so my outlaw pop, basically him and his sister were not on good terms, because he had like money stashed away in his mom's apartment to pay for the wake service, and she stole it. She stole like $20,000 that he had saved up that was supposed to go for the wake service.
What a fucking dickhead. Holy fuck.
And basically she brought her entourage to the wake service, and me and the other, I was with my outlaw pop. I was like one of his bodyguards, basically. He was like, yo, come in. Yeah. He's like, yo, when these motherfuckers act up, just break them. I'm like, all right. Hey, sure. You ain't got to tell me twice.
Yeah.
Shit, hey. Yeah. Because she came with like her husband and these other guys, but they knew better. They knew not to fuck around, because they knew that she stole money that was supposed to go to the wake service, and you know, but they knew, they weren't stupid. They knew not to act up there, because they, you know, number one, it's a wake service. It's my outlaw pop's mom. Show respect. Number two, it's not going to end well for you, because we're all going to pounce on you. So, you know, he was like, yo, if they act up, break him and throw him out. I was like, okay, hey.
Sure.
I was like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah. I was like, you was born ready, man. You were born ready.
I'm ready, but, you know, nobody acted up, and it was good, because I didn't want to fight in the wake service anyway, because it's, like, disrespectful. But at the same time, you know, if you're going to steal from your own family member, that's just disgraceful. I have no respect for people who are thieves. It's just disgusting.
You're supposed to, if you do that.
That money was supposed to go to the wake service, and you know, he's a hardworking man. He's a bus driver, so imagine how much money he put away to save up,
how much time and all that,
you know. And you know, he hid it in his mom's apartment, because you know, she was from Puerto Rico, so she didn't really speak a lot of English. So she basically like didn't know that he had the money in there, but you know, it was emergency money in case like if she got sick. You know, like she stepped on a nail in her apartment, because she used to walk on the house barefoot, and she caught a really bad infection, and it just went through her, and you know, it was awful. But yeah, man. But that's just one example that, you know, that club, that 1%'s about family. They all come together when no matter you know, your parents die or someone, they're there for you.
Yeah, family and support.
You know, they're there for you. It was a sight to see, and I knew from that moment forward that was a good thing.
Yeah, of course, man. Love that support. You know, did they ever get the money back?
I don't think so.
That sucks even more when they don't get the money.
You know what? I'm not sure. I never asked him, but you know what? He doesn't talk to her anyway, so it's better for him to just cut off ties.
Yeah, it's better to do that than trying to fight it and just have all these issues, problems, and all that fucked up, man.
Forget about it, man.
Yeah, forget about it.
Exactly.
So let's hear some teen stories. I want to hear some of these.
So I was thinking about one last night. I got
you were?
A couple. Yeah, because when I told you I got arrested, I didn't tell you about when I went to court. And it was 2 times I went to court, and it was hilarious. So let me tell you the times I went to court. So
let's do this.
I got arrested. You know, I had a knife on me. I got arrested.
Yeah.
And, you know, when my dad came to pick me up at the precinct, you know, the cop, you know, told my dad, you have to make an appearance on this day at this time. So it's basically a summons. You have to go. And,
obviously, you can't skip that.
Yeah. So I remember the criminal court was over on 161st in the Grand Concourse by the old Yankee Stadium. And I remember, like, you go in, there's metal detectors and shit, you know, and
all that shit.
Both my parents came with me. I didn't want my mom to come. My mom's work. She's just a very worried person, and
understandable.
You know, the best part about the day, it was St. Patrick's Day, so it was supposed to be my first St. Patrick's Day that I was going to drink and get drunk with my best friend Dara, you know. So I was going to court, and then I knew afterwards I'm coming to get fucked up.
Yeah, I'm getting drunk.
You know, so it was funny. So it was St. Patrick's Day, and I think we took the train there. we took the D train to 161st and we walked to the criminal court. And remind you, I'm going in there to fight a knife charge. And my mom, she made this big, tray of Irish soda bread. You probably know what that is, right?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, times. Grandma.
So yeah, of course your grandmother will make that stuff.
Yeah, of course.
So she made a big, huge tray, and we go in. There's the metal detectors. You gotta take off your belt and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I went in. My dad went in, and my mom, had this big, huge tray. Now, remind you, I'm going to court to fight for a knife charge.
Yeah.
And my mom didn't realize she left this big ass knife jammed in the middle of in the Irish soda bread. And like she put it like through the scanner, whatever you call it.
Yeah, like the metal.
And the knife came up, and like 3 people ran over, 3 court officers ran over, and were like, "Miss, what is this?" Like, and my dad's like, "Gene, what would you bring that in here for? What's wrong with you?"
It sounds like.
And I'm just like, "Fuck me! Like, what were you gonna do? Stab the judge and if you didn't find me guilty or some shit? Like, what were you bringing the knife in for?"
Yeah.
But it was an axe. Like they understood, that she didn't realize she had it in there because she had some butter too to butter it up. So the thing was, they told her, "Well, miss, you can't bring that inside, but we'll keep it here for you, the knife included." So
knife included.
Yeah, because they knew it wasn't a wet. They knew she wasn't going to use it. I mean, if she was, like, God forbid, but she wasn't like. I was like, "What were you going to do? Were you going to like, threaten the judge, stab him if he found me guilty?" So it was fun. So we go in, and this is where things kind of got interesting. So when you go in, there's like a clerk that you check in with your summons, and he was looking at it. He's like, "This is incorrect," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" So one of the officers came over, and she was like, "Oh my God, the cop, he wrote down the wrong date." So I'm like, "You mean to tell me that I came here on St. Patrick's Day, and my mother brought soda bread, she brought a knife to the courthouse, and I got to come back?"
It's the wrong fucking day?
Yeah, and I told her, I said, the name of the cop, and she knew. She's like, "Oh, we know that cop. He never shows up here when he's supposed to. You got to come back on this day." It was supposed to come for April, and he put me in for March. Dumb fuck.
Fucking idiot.
Then, so we ended up coming back, and my mom, like, she thanked the court officers, and I think she actually cut them a piece of soda bread and buttered it up for them and gave it to them.
Hey, that's nice to do, man. That's nice to do.
So I came back. So after that day, like, whatever, it was St. Patrick's Day, so I get on the payphone, I call Dara, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm out, I got to come back to court next month." So we decided to go drink at our friend Chris McKillen's house. It was like, we're going to drink there and then go down to the St. Patrick's Day party and try to drink some more.
You get drunk, man, get shit-faced.
Yeah, so it was fun time. It was like our first St. Patrick's Day. We had fun. I remember we went down there, and this guy scared the crap out of me because we were able to, like, my friend Chris McKillen, like, he had a fake ID. So he was able to, like, get beer, and, like, I was drinking one, had it in my hoodie, and then there was some guy that was like, I guess he was like selling flyers or something, giving out flyers.
Yeah.
And he was like asking me something. I'm like, nah. And then like he grabbed my hand. He's like, "Oh, you're under arrest." So I'm like, "Oh shit, no, he's undercover. I thought he was an undercover cop." He goes, "I'm joking with you." I'm like, "Motherfucker." I'm like, I just got out of court and I was about to go back. Yo, guy like grabbed my arm and was gonna like he was literally like about to cuff me. He looked like an undercover, but he was just joking around. But just imagine if I would have got arrested hours after I got out of court.
That would have been like so fucked though. Yeah. Because you just went to court. That cop didn't show up to court. Then you were to get arrested for what would have been for? I don't know.
Drinking in public and intoxicated. It would have been bad, and I would have had a record. So then obviously but that day ended up turning great because I ended up going back up to Dara's house, and we ended up spending I spent the night there, and we hung out and stuff. It was cool. So, and then I had to go back to court in April. So I went back. It was just me and my dad this time. So we took the bus. Yeah, we took the bus. My mom had to go to work. So we took the bus to court. And it was me and my dad, and we checked in. Everything was fine. Now, when you get into the courtroom, there's the judge, and then you have like the public defender.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's your lawyer. So he comes in, he shakes my hand, he says, "Hey, how you doing? Just don't say a word, speak when spoken to, stand next to me, and have your father stand right there." and everything's good. So the judge, it was like, the judge was like an old man. I was like, oh shit, maybe, he was like in his late, he looked like he was about to retire. He had glasses on and he's looking at the paper. So they start to read off, the state of New York versus Gerard Bean, bada, 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 and the pending charges are spitting in public. So my lawyer goes, permission to throw out the charge, granted. Oh, great. I got one charge thrown out already.
Oh, sure.
I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, this is great. And then the judge reads the second charge, disorderly conduct. Your Honor, permission to throw that out. Okay, granted. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm gonna beat this case and I'm not gonna have any problem. That's 2 charges they threw out the motherfucking window. Sir. And I'm like, yes.
Getting happier and happier.
Now, I'm just standing there. I'm not even smiling, but I'm just looking. The judge reads off, okay, possession of illegal weapon. Look at my lawyer. Motherfucker, say permission to throw out. He wants to throw it out. So the judge goes, okay, this is what we're here to talk about. Okay, okay, son. So, what weapon did you have? And then, and I said knife. And the lawyer goes, that was a knife, Your Honor. And what kind of knife was it? Gravitational? No, it's a butterfly knife. What's the butterfly knife? I'm like, I got to explain to you. So I'm like, really? So
dude, that's even more funny.
I told him, I'm like, it's like this big and it's got a hatch, you flip it, and I'm like showing the judge how to fucking use it and shit. And like that.
It's like the judge.
Yeah, it's like I'm showing him how to use it. And well, how big was it? I'm like, I don't know. Like I
didn't fucking measure it.
He's like, well, Your Honor, doesn't know the exact size of it, but I don't think it was over the legal limit. I don't think it was too big. So the judge goes, oh, who's this gentleman next to you? And it's my father. Okay, sir. And what do you do for a living? He says he's a teacher in a Catholic school, sorry.
Right.
He's also a deacon in the Catholic Church, and he was a veteran of the United States Army. And the judge's like, oh, very good to hear that. And looks back at me with his glasses like this and goes, oh, son, you seem like you have a good father here, and stay in school and stay out of trouble. And if I don't see you again for 6-7 months, and I'll dismiss everything. Like, okay.
Sure. Hey, life is great.
So, shook the lawyer's hand and walked out. Then my dad, starts praying to Jesus and everything. Oh, thank you, Lord Jesus, and Mary and Joseph, and all that shit. And, and he's on the bus. He's thanking all the angels in heaven. He's like this, and everyone's looking at him. I'm like, yo, stop, man. He's like, stop. Like, come on now.
People think he's
so it was just funny because I beat my first rap. Like, and I went into court, like I had on a leather jacket, a shirt, tie. I looked like one of these mafiosi guys trying to beat a murder rap.
Yeah.
So, but
when in reality it's just a knife case.
I beat that case, and then it's like every time I hung out with Darren, no matter where it was always a fucking cop that would show up. I don't understand what it was. Whenever
is he bad luck or something?
I don't fucking know. I mean, he's my best friend of 22 years, but it's like everywhere we went, a cop showed up. I swear to God, it was like I was John Gotti. He sent me the bull, and everywhere we go, they're taking pictures and they're following us. I tell you,
it's like he's famous for the cops. Oh,
yeah, I'd tell you a story. One time I went to go visit him, and he had some friends up there that wanted to go hang out in a cemetery at nighttime, and I'm like, okay. Why you want to drink beer in a motherfucking cemetery at night is beyond me. But I decided, hey, you know what? Well, it's Rockland County. There's parks, there's cemeteries. They chose to go to the cemetery, which is kind of weird. But I didn't care, because the
I'm still drinking.
Cemetery, the gate was wide open.
Oh.
So at nighttime, you could walk in. I guess they didn't close it because there wasn't that much security.
Yeah.
So now we went in and drank a few beers, and some guy, one of the kids, he banged some chick by a headstone and something like that. And some creepy shit. I'm like, damn, dude.
Bro, what the fuck?
I was like, damn, you nasty. You fuck some girl next to a headstone?
Yeah, wait, what?
You better pray that ghost doesn't come visit your ass. And
bro.
Try to do something to you in the middle of the night. So then we were drinking, and this one kid got really drunk and started puking everywhere, and it was just disgusting. So
all in the cemetery.
I'm sorry?
All in the cemetery. This all happened.
All in the cemetery, yeah. At nighttime, in pitch black.
Even better at nighttime.
Reminds you, it's even creepier. So we ended up leaving the cemetery. We're gonna walk the kid home because he was drunk. Make sure he got home okay. Yeah. And then as we're walking, I see this car coming, and I'm like, damn, there's a car coming. I wanted to run, but then Dad was like, no, don't run, just keep walking. We just started walking briskly, and then the guy he stopped, flashed his light. He goes, hey, like, hey, how you doing? You guys going home? Yeah, we live over here. All right, go home. And basically he took off, but we had to be home quick because he was coming back around to make sure we weren't just telling him some shit. So once we dropped our friend off, we booked it back to Dara's house. We took like some back road and jumped some fence and ran through someone's backyard and got fucking home quick because, cops up there. Like this was after I beat the case and I didn't have to worry about that over my head. But still, it's like everywhere we went, like we ended up running from the cops. Like the second time we ran from the cops was in a park in Woodlawn. So Dara came down with one of his friends. It was a quiet kid, but we tried to make him more social, bring him out of his comfort zone a little bit.
Talk more.
So, we went to go drink in the woods and, we just had a few beers back there and, we're just hanging out back there and like this kid, Dara's friend goes to take a piss. And then you got the woods and then you got there's a road right there.
Oh, the main road?
Like a back road to like the park,
one of those back roads.
It leads to the street where the intersection is.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So we're hanging out there, we're drinking a few beers or whatever, and then like the kid goes to take a piss, and then all of a sudden, whoop, 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 like oh shit, cops! And I started booking it, and then Dad started booking it, and the poor kid who was pissed, he pulled his pants up and started running too. And fucking I tripped over a log and I fell and I got back up so quick and I just started running and I got to the street and all you heard was bing, 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 bing. Like I was dropping quarters and shit. I didn't give a fuck. I ran all
bro, you were just sprinting for your life, bro.
Yeah. I lost my phone. I lost so much money. And then we just ran to the local pizzeria and got some pizza. But yeah, man, the cops never caught us, thank God. But I mean, luckily I said cops booked it because they had the lights on and we just started running. Thank God we were fast and we played sports as kids. But
of course, if you guys were maybe fat or something, game over. You're getting caught.
I was 18, so we were 18, 17. So
you gotta get really booked, go to prison or some shit like that. Damn.
That was fun. It's an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, I've heard that. Rush. Your adrenaline when the cops chase you or somebody's trying to kill you or something, bro, your adrenaline goes through the fucking roof. It's crazy.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Because I've had some moments like that.
Like when I started junior high school, I turned 12. That was the year that I had my first kiss, and I was 12. I remember like it was yesterday. It was October 3rd, 2001.
How the fuck do you remember that?
There's three things you remember: your first kiss, when you get laid, and the first time you met your wife. So those are the three things you remember.
I do remember my first kiss.
So I was starting the 7th grade and my voice was getting deep. I had acne, body was changing and shit. So
balls dropping and all that.
Yeah, exactly. So this girl, Tanisha, was the hottest girl in my class, Puerto Rican. She had a fat ass and everything, and everybody wanted her. So my friend Eric was going out with her friend Gloria. Yeah. Back then, the term was if you like somebody, you would ask them, "Do you want to go out with me?" And it's not
like that nowadays.
Yeah,
more people are you trying to fuck or something like that.
Well, maybe your generation, but ours was you want to go out. And that was basically ask them if they want to be your girlfriend or whatever, a boyfriend. So
a little different nowadays.
So basically I went to Catholic school, so we had half days on Wednesdays after you went to church, and you get out 12:45. So we went back to me and Eric used to walk home together. So because he lived in the same area as I did.
Oh.
So after church, we decided he was gonna go make out with Gloria, and I was gonna go make out with Tanisha, but I didn't know until we got to the building. So we walked them to the lobby of the building, and then got in there and I didn't know what the fuck to do. I had my hands in my waist and I had my hands like this and she was in my mouth. She was all in my mouth
Were you nervous?
Yeah, because I didn't know what the fuck to expect. Shit, I didn't know what to do. I wasn't schooled on how to make out with a chick. I'm 12 years old. The fuck do I know?
Oh, you're 12 years old.
Yeah, so but she knew what the fuck to do. I don't know what age she started making out with motherfuckers, but damn.
Well, she started at 9 years old or some shit?
I don't know what age she started, but for a 12-year-old girl, she did things with her tongue that were fucking incredible.
Comes when she's 14, 15, 16. Well, she's gonna have 9 dudes at once.
Yeah, man. But I didn't know what to do. Like, you know, I had my hands in my waist and just, you know, kind of let her take the flow. But then like the next day, like everybody in school was like, "Oh, I heard about what you did, man. Yeah, fucking A."
It's like you're a celebrity now.
Shit. Like there was people that in my school that found out that I didn't even know. And they're like, "Oh shit, yeah, I heard what you did. Boy, ask me something." Like, who the fuck are you? I don't even know where the hell you are. You're in 8th grade. I don't even know you. You know,
what the fuck?
Yeah, but that was always cool, you know. And of course, you know, that's always a fun time because I remember so much stuff. Like I remember when I first met my wife and everything. It was at a bar in Nyack called Bourbon Street.
Where? Nyack? Where's that?
Nyack is Rockland County. You know, it's you go over the Tappan Zee Bridge. You get off like exit 11 or some shit like that.
Yeah. Oh, somewhere in that area.
So I met her through her cousin. Oh. I met her back in 2009. My wife, and I was 19, and I couldn't drink yet, so I couldn't drink at the bar. But we sat down and I met her and like added her on Facebook or whatever. And then we, you know, like different
generation here.
Yeah. And then like a few years later, like I had re-added her on Facebook because we lost touch or whatever. And we started out as friends, became good friends, and that's how you kind of broke the ice, you know. And she's a Giants fan, I'm an Eagles fan. So that's kind of like how we broke the ice and everything.
Oh, that's interesting.
Kept in contact for a few years. She had a boyfriend, and so kind of like when they broke up, I kind of just
slid
up in there and had our first date, and the rest is history. After 5 years now, 5 years now, so it's been great.
Yeah, going healthy, going strong, and everything. Have a kid now, right?
Exactly.
What grade is she gonna start? Kindergarten?
Pre-K. Pre-K.
Oh shit! So like the first year of school. Oh damn. That's until she grows up though. That's the only interesting part.
Exactly, man. So she gets older.
It's probably not gonna be fun. She brings like a boyfriend home or something like that.
Hell, that's where the rings come in handy.
Knock him out, maybe if he's like a dickhead, something like that.
Maybe, who knows? Whatever I have to do.
You ever steal or something like that in your life, or no?
No, I never stole anything.
Well, what about the first time you got laid?
I had a fun memory, like when I was so basically in I think it was like February of like 2005. It was snowing outside, so Dara came down to visit me.
So I was only a month old.
Yeah. So we decided we wanted to go egg our grammar school's window because, you know, the principal was a bitch. So we decided we wanted to go egg her window. So we ran into our friend Carlos in the middle of the street. We're like, yo, we're going to go egg St. Brendan's. Oh, I'm down. Let's go. Went to the store, got a dozen eggs. And, you know, we had a dozen eggs. So everyone had like 4 eggs all together or some shit like that. I think that's how it was. And I remember we egged the principal's window. It was like, sound like an AK-47. But we really should have kind of looked because we didn't realize we didn't know if there were like cameras like in the convent next door or anything. So we didn't like check. There wasn't, thank God, because nobody ever found out that we egged the school. But
fucked if there was cameras.
We used to go by like every now and often. The eggshell was stuck to like the concrete by the windowsill. So like they never I guess it was so stuck because of the snow. But
they couldn't get it.
It was there for like so many years. I think they eventually got it off.
I was about to say, is it still there now?
So after we did that, we ran down the street, and then it was snowing. So we wanted to I wanted to throw snowballs at people, just random people in the street. And
so it was fun.
There was a Chinese restaurant right next on the corner. And at first, Carlos was going to be like, yo, I'm going to make a big ass snowball, open the door. I'm going to throw the snowball in and smack one of the guys in the kitchen making the food. You know, I'm like, okay. That was this is going
to be interesting.
Yeah, that was the plan. But then I saw the Chinese delivery guy pushing his bicycle up the hill. And I was like, nah, fuck that. I want to hit this guy. You know, poor guy, probably just made a delivery, can't ride his bike in the snow, and he's pushing his bike up he's pushing his bike up the hill, you know, and I'm like, fuck this. I'm like,
fuck this guy.
Fuck that, I'm gonna get him. And so Carl's like, all right, Carlos put his snowball down, I got mine. You know, I'm getting mine ready, you know, and
warming it up and all that.
Warming it up, and I'm getting it ready. And he parks his bike on the side of the wall, and I just just went boom, I hit him, and they turn around, boom, boom. And, you know, we're just laughing at him, like,
he fall over,
you know, and then, like, he got so mad, he was like, oh, yeah, and he started chasing us, like, And I remember I ran that way. Dara ran that way. He like slipped and almost got hit by a bus. And I don't know how he survived. He almost got hit and he just ran. And then me and Carlos ran down the hill. Carlos ended up falling and tripping. So I was like, get up, get up, get up. But I guess the guy gave up chasing us. So I'm like, where's Dara? Like I'm like, where's Dara? We got to go find Dara. And fucking Dara just ran to the deli, bought himself a soda and was sitting down drinking it. And he's like, hey, guys.
Like nothing happened.
I'm like, you almost got hit by a bus. I'm like, what the hell you doing in there? You know?
He's treated like nothing happened. He almost didn't die or anything like that, bro. That's funny. That Asian dude chased. I just picture him chasing you like that.
Yeah, and it was snow on the ground too. So I had my boots on. You know, they had the sneakers on. So
that's hard running boots. Oh god.
Yeah, and they were Timberland boots. You know, they're heavy.
Oh damn.
I had the black Constructs.
Oh, the black ones? Oh damn.
Yeah, they were. I got the brown ones now, but the construction ones, they're comfortable. I like them a lot. They're very comfortable.
Yeah, they probably add like 5 inches to me if I wore them.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah,
that's why. I'm not.
That's why I kind of like them because they make me look tall. So I kind of feel like when I wear them, I look a little bit taller.
It's not good for me. Definitely not good for me.
Yeah, so whenever my wife and I take a photo, I look like a little bit tall. I'm like, I'm taller than you. I got my boots on. I got the upper hand now.
Until she wears heels, then you're like, oh fuck.
You know, I never ever not let her wear heels. I'm comfortable with her wearing heels. I don't mind her being taller than me at all. Yeah. I'm not insecure about being a short guy, and you know, people can think what they want, but
as long as you're confident in your own way, that's all that matters.
You know, my wife, she's not with me for the height, you know, obviously. So, you know, some women that like they want someone who's tall, and I'm like, okay, the guy could be tall, but he could be a fucking pussy at the end of the day. So,
or he could be like
you know, what are you trying to achieve?
Yeah, that's...
you know, or he could just be way too tall, and then he doesn't look right. Looks like Shaquille O'Neal. Like I don't know how Shaq and his wife get it on is beyond me. She's got to be on top of him. He's too fucking big.
If he's on top of her, bro, she's dead, bro. Man, because like his hand, have you seen his hand, bro? It's like, I don't know, like
he
two of mine combined.
So my favorite watch is on the Invicta watches.
Oh, should I have one of those Invicta watches?
This is the Punisher one. My wife got it for our anniversary a couple years ago.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. So I like the Invicta watches, and he came out with one. It's freaking, bro, it's like the size of my rim on my motorcycle. That's how big it is.
Holy
and shit. I was thinking of getting it, but I'm like, damn, it's way too big. Like, I guess he made it for like it's custom. It's built by Shaq, and it's called Invicta by Shaq. It's a really nice watch, but it's like so fucking huge. Like it's gonna like claw my hand.
Yeah.
You know, so I guess it's built for like guys like him who are really big, you know, and for Shaquille O'Neal, he's doing a lot of things. He's got Papa John's, he's got, you know, his watch, stuff like everything. That. So he's doing really good, man. I like to hear athletes that, you know, like they stay out of trouble. Like they're not like Alex Rodriguez who takes steroids and get caught up in the media with bullshit, you know.
Yeah, those are the worst when that shit happens.
You know, like I personally don't like to give celebrities and athletes any credit, but you know, like I'm a Yankee fan my whole life, so obviously Derek Jeter was the perfect example of somebody who was never in like the media, never anything bad came up about him.
No drugs, no nothing.
No drugs, no anything, no scandal. He was a private person, and that's how you should keep it. You know, people. You know, celebrities too, they should keep their lives private. It's hard because they're celebrities and, you know, stuff like that. Especially, but I also want to talk about, I never told you how I got my nickname, Gerry the Gent, from the club. I also wanted to touch base on that.
Yeah. I kind of forgot about that.
The club that I belonged to was a predominantly Puerto Rican MC, but they took all members, white, black, Latino, Native American, Asian. Jewish, whatever. Didn't matter. So I was, you know, I'm Norwegian and Irish, so one of the guys in the club was like, "Oh, I'm going to call you Shamrock." My first name was Shamrock because, you know, Irish, and I was going to bring the club luck. I said, "All right, cool. You know, Shamrock is cool. I like Shamrock." And then the other prospect, his nickname was Priest. They called him Priest. He wasn't like a holy religious guy, but he was into that religion, Santeria, that devil worship shit.
Oh, that shit.
You heard about it?
Yeah, I've definitely heard it. Yeah, I've definitely heard it.
I guess it's like devil worship, but I don't.
Some bullshit like that.
Some crap. So
yeah, fuck that. Some bullshit.
Anyway, he comes up to me. He goes, "Oh, my name is Priest. I'm like, okay, He's like, oh, but you're Irish, so I'm gonna call you Lucky, like Lucky Charms. I said, what? Let's get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna give you a fucking crack. You ever call me that again? Get the fuck out of that Lucky Charms shit. Dude. And he was like, oh,
chill, man.
He goes over to the brother Gary, great guy. And he was like, oh, Gerry got mad at me. He goes, yeah, because you want to nickname him after a fucking cereal, you fucking idiot. Like, who wants to be named after a fucking cereal box?
Nobody does.
On it?
Yeah.
And the cereal sucked. I never ate Lucky Charms in my motherfucking life.
I only like the marshmallow part.
Yeah, so basically, Gary was the one that gave me the name Gerry the Gent because, I was always like, you guys need anything? Can I get you a beer, soda,
Like a gentleman.
How you guys doing? Yeah, because I'm a doorman. Yeah. So he was like, I'm going to call you Gerry the Gent because you're a respectful young man. I said, well, here you go. And Gary was a great guy, too.
That's the name.
He loved to ride. He loved to drink. He loved to watch football. So, I would love to reconnect with him because I haven't seen him in a long time. But he was a cool guy, man. He really cool guy, real down to earth. He was what the outlaw life is about, man. Riding your bike, drinking some beers, making memories. And not every 1%er drinks or anything. Like some guys don't. Like personally, when I ride, I don't like to drink because I want to be able to focus on the bike and the road.
Yeah, obviously.
I love football. So if there's like a sports bar like in Connecticut that's known for like buffalo wings or burgers, I'll get on the bike and, me and the guys will go. Like that's something I like to do too. Like
that food is fucking amazing. I love those type of food.
Like just ride. Like my wife's favorite sports bar is called Bobby V's in Hartford, Connecticut. Bobby Valentine, the former owner, and the former coach of the New York Mets. So that was like one of her favorite. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, great food, great beer. So that's something that I like to go, do in Connecticut. Like, just find all these different sport bars that are known for like buffalo wings or what's got the hottest buffalo sauce or
all that
stuff
shit
like that. And that's another cool thing that a lot of guys like to do. Guys like to eat, man, and especially 1% of bikers, they like to eat food too. So,
especially that food is amazing.
Go to like a nice spot.
Yeah.
You go to like a nice spot, man, and you never know. You just go to watch football, have some wings. That's another way to make memories too. Just riding with your brothers and pulling up somewhere, and it's not all about partying. Sometimes just about riding, getting on the road. That's what I love to do.
Yeah, that's definitely not like me. I just go to Applebee's, get a burger and wings. That's it, man.
Oh man, if I go to Applebee's, I got to get the mozzarella sticks and the buffalo wings too.
Both of them. I think there's what's it called, like a platter or something like that. It has mozzarella sticks, quesadillas.
Yeah, I like the mozzie sticks. They're really good there.
I love them there as well.
Yeah.
When it comes to that food, I'm just fat. When it comes to those type of foods, like fried foods, I could just eat like anything. When it comes to like some shit healthy, nah, I can't really finish it. Or like,
I started eating more fruits now, more vegetables, more salads. Just because I'm in my 30s now, so I want to be a little bit healthier. So I never go to the doctor, so I made my first doctor's appointment. So God knows what hopefully everything goes well. I'm sure. Well, I know I'm healthy. It's just, it's good to get checked out.
Stone in the future,
so I'm just gonna go. Yeah. I'm just gonna go because my wife wants me to go. So just go and get it done and just see, make sure the blood level's good. It's also good. You never know. You have high cholesterol. Kind of want to just, if I'm just giving examples. It's
I know.
It's good. Just because you're healthy on the outside, you also want to check the inside too. So of
course. Just never let yourself go when you come like 45 though. Comes 40, 45. Just never let
fuck that, man.
Yeah, fuck that.
You always gotta keep yourself well maintained,
Not trying to be like 300 pounds or something. Fuck that.
Nah, man, I don't know how some people can. I don't know how some people can do that.
It's crazy.
Some people just let themselves go. Like they can't breathe and they're so heavy that some of them just I feel bad for them because it's like, damn, like you really should take better care of yourself, especially if you got wife and kids and everything. You want to live to like 100, so it's just crazy.
So it's all about that food. That's all that matters. It's like sometimes they care more about food than their actual family. It's like, damn, like you actually don't give a fuck about your family.
That's sickening. You gotta always. It's good, to be like, you want to be a solid guy and have some.
Yeah, of course.
That's good, but there's a limit too.
Yeah, back to the Norwegian Irish thing. I was talking about this with my mom yesterday. I thought you like were Hispanic. You looked Hispanic to me. When we did like the first interview.
A lot of people have asked me if I'm half Puerto Rican. I tell them nah.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Because a lot of my friends growing up were Latino, so I guess I kind of adopted that swagger. So
Yeah, I could tell.
You know, everyone's like, you Puerto Rican? I'm like, nah, I'm Irish Norwegian. Like, oh shit, I thought you were Puerto Rican. I'm like, yeah. Well, you know.
Man, that's crazy because I was like thinking, like, you actually look Hispanic. I never would have thought you were Norwegian Irish at all. Maybe a little bit Irish, but the not Norwegian part. Nah, never would have thought that. That's crazy.
Yeah, any what? It's funny because like a lot of people they'll ask you what you are. You tell them, oh, what is Norwegian? I'm like, it's from fucking Norway. Like,
it's Norwegian.
What kind of question is that?
It's like a religion. What did they say? Like, what is Norwegian?
Like, what is that? Is it part of Germany? I'm like, no, dipshit. It's Norwegian. It's Norway. It's its own country.
Fucking idiot.
Some of these people, like, I question some of these people IQ. I'm like, where did you learn your geographical fucking shit in school, my man?
But it's like funny when they ask
me. If you're asking me what's Norwegian, I'm like, it's Norway, the country of Norway. Like, you know, where the Vikings came from, you know, like the Norwegian culture, you know, stuff like that. Do your history, man.
Yeah, and they're actually being dead serious, so it just makes it even more funny because they're just that fucking like dumb. They're just dumb.
Yeah, it's just stupidity. Some people just, but you know, sometimes you just laugh it off too because you're like, oh, you don't know what that is. It's funny.
Yeah, you got one more story when you were a team before we go off air.
Let me see.
It could be about anything: laid, stealing, fighting, anything.
I don't really think so, man. To be honest, I kind of basically covered everything.
Covered everything?
Yeah, basically.
That's basically of the podcast. I'm glad to have you back on. If you ever want to come back on, just let me know.
Glad to have you back on. Another one for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just text me about you more. And yeah, anybody want to shout out again?
You know, of course, my wife, of course, and Cisco, and my brother Carlos, Dara, of course, been my best friend for 22 years since grammar school, since like first grade. So that's always good. And of course, you know, for letting me on this podcast.
Hey, anytime, man.
So it's definitely fun. Thank you for having me back 2 weeks in a row. So I wonder we're gonna get probably 100 views out of this.
Of course, man. Hey, I'll try my best to promote the fuck out of it and all that shit. Try to get over 100 views. I'm gonna work till that's gold. Yeah, of course. Awesome. So it's basically the end of this episode. Make sure to like, comment, and share if you're on YouTube. But if you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all that shit, then just stream it, download it, do all that fancy shit. I'm your host, Caesar, and have a nice day, guys.